coffee, presentations in 3D. Started with a blimp, it's Creative Shrimp.
Hello Creative Shrimps, you're watching the Creative Shrimp blog with Gleb, Alexandrov. Just wanted to say hi and to apologize for a little bit of a delay with the hard surface modeling update. We're still putting finishing touches, but we're about to release it. It's almost done. All videos are recorded. I'm still tweaking a bunch of suggestions that AD gave me in terms of like pronouncing analog like analic and stuff like that. So usually it goes like this. I record all my parts that will later on be included in the course, and then AD gives his suggestions and notes. Most of it's actually me pronouncing stuff incorrectly in a very obscene, exciting ways. One day I think we will have to record, or rather compose a bloopers reel, like in Jackie Chan movies, because it's really funny. Analic is not the worst. Aside from that, we're really excited to unleash the update. It will take just a few days. When it's fun and when it's done, it's our mantra. I think it will be released pretty soon. Indeed, keeping all my fingers crossed. And here is a sneak peek at one of the tutorials. So when the shading is bad, just press Harden Normals. Yeah. We had 3 conferences last month, I believe. Well, technically it was 2 months because Blender conference. This was the biggest and the greatest one. Technically it was in November, right? It's absolutely surprising to me because that's not how it usually goes. This time I managed to have so much fun with preparing the talk and with actually being on stage. Can you imagine that? Because usually it's really excruciating. I feel very nervous, as you may have seen if you watched at least one of my talks at Blender conferences. But this time it was so much better, maybe because we brought a rubber duck on stage, and actually that wasn't planned. That was a total surprise for me. Thank you, Pavel, for giving me a duck right before the talk was about to start. That was an ingenious way to encourage me, and the duck really helped. And yeah, just a few weeks later, or a week later, we went to Munich to Animago event with Pablo and gave our talks there. It was also very fun, especially getting to know new people and their perspectives, because the world of computer graphics obviously isn't just Blender, so it's always intriguing to hear other people and their agendas, so to speak. It's very interesting. It's very interesting indeed. Among other talks, there was a very refreshing and overall interesting perspective on gender in computer graphics. I'm not sure if there is recording, but it was named Women in German Animation, something like that. And it was really interesting to listen to. Aside from that, of course, the Pixar talks, the guys that made dragons in the Game of Thrones. Oh, very interesting. A sneak peek into the visual style of Into the Spider-Verse and how the Toon shader was created, neural networks that help generating the outlines. Very intriguing stuff indeed. And then the third one was in Gdańsk in Poland. The Blender Day, it's organized via Piotr Arlukowicz. Piotr is such a wonderful guy, and Gdańsk is a beautiful city. We enjoyed exploring it. We went there with Lina and Lev. We caught a cold. All 3 of us, actually. Nice to meet the Blender geeks from Poland who are very interested in development of Blender. And yeah, the live stream was screwed for some reason. That happens sometimes, you know? It's a Murphy law. If something can go haywire, it will definitely go haywire. You cannot do anything about that. It's fortunate that we managed to record it. And now I think you can find it on the Piotr Arlukowicz YouTube channel, basically in my real-time Blender presentation. And that was the first real-time Blender presentation that I have ever given. I try to showcase the most popular nebulae creation techniques in Blender, such as procedural noise, smoke simulation, point density, whatever else. And also, of course, we watched the Nebulae demo reel made in Blender. Yeah, right, what was I talking about? It slipped away, you know? Hell. And stay tuned, because we will definitely upload the Nebulae demo reel created in Blender with the help of the Blender community to YouTube, and we will do it very soon. I just need to render out a few things in higher resolution, I think, or maybe not, maybe we will upload it as it is, because it's pretty fun as it is. If you haven't watched our Blender conference talk, which was called 3D Nebulae and the Power of the Blender Community, give it a go. The link is in the description. You can find it over here, just below me. And of course, Nodevember. Nodevember blew my mind. I couldn't imagine that even 5% of the stuff that people managed to pull off during Nodevember is even possible. Goodness gracious, just search for Nodevember 2019 hashtag on Twitter, you will be blown away, I promise. And I think we even spoiled the fun of Adobe a little bit, because the hashtag Nodevember and this whole thing first appeared in the Adobe Twitter, or something along these lines. It was meant as a substance challenge or whatever, and we like interjected our stuff, our Blender stuff into it, and totally ruined or maybe enhanced the holiday, because if it's a non-zero-sum game, maybe we enhanced it, you know, we enlarged the pie, and we enlarged the pool of knowledge from which the people can grab useful tips and tricks, because alongside the images and GIFs, we also shared the blend files, the screen grabs with the nodes and stuff like that. And I think if it could be joined into some kind of educational resource based on Blender Cloud or a separate website, it would be such a great initiative. Kudos to organizers of the event. Jonas, you made something unbelievable. When we were first discussing this idea at Blender conference, I couldn't imagine that it would go that far. But keep it going. Let's keep it going together somehow. Alright, now on a completely aside note, I was always interested in hybrid techniques, like creating stuff from real-world materials and photo scanning it. I wonder if you remember this blog. Hey guys, I'm always interested to try the new weird things in computer graphics. For example, I had an idea to make a tutorial using the real materials. So yeah, we have been tinkering around that sort of stuff, like stop motion or photogrammetry, or from a completely different side of the spectrum, neural networks and style transfer, like in the EbSynth tutorial, and other off-tangent things not directly related to CG. So not so long ago, we produced, with the help of crazy creative folks from Brest, a set of monster stop-motion digits, kind of an animated font. That was an incredibly frustrating and totally hilarious experience. I cherish it very much, and we will show you this experimental piece of shit pretty soon. And in other news, I wanted to share with you guys a sneak peek into the mechanical rigging course for Blender by Jeannot Landry. So far, the stuff recorded by Jeannot blew our minds, so if you are into hard surface rigging, the mechanical rigging, you probably should be very excited. Okay, we're looking forward to sharing even more news, especially considering the fact that hard surface rigging is a natural companion to hard surface modeling. Meanwhile, feel free to follow Jeannot on Twitter. And yeah, before I forget, regarding hard surface modeling, it will be around 7 hours of content, blah blah blah, brand new 2.8, absolutely free for everybody. That means not only for the owners of the course, but yeah, practically for everybody. But the only difference is that it will be uploaded to YouTube video by video. That's how YouTube works. And the owners of the course will just receive the update in one go. That's the only difference. But we promise that we will be uploading videos in a timely fashion. So it won't take long before everything will appear on YouTube. I mean the update. The original course will still be a paid product for a while. So if you want to support us, get the original course as well. Because with this 2.8 extension, it will be a breeze to follow through. We hope. I really think we should use Teapots more often. They fold beautifully. They slide. they decimate into nothingness and disappear from existence, and then they're gone. Poof. And lastly, before I forget this thing, some time ago in one of the videos on this channel we talked about modeling issues from hell, some kind of a compilation of the most problematic modeling issues you can imagine and how to solve them, how to fix them. We decided that it deserves its own spotlight just by... Okay, so we will release it later on, just after the release of the 2.8 update, to give us a little bit more time to polish it. Let's first release the main thing, the updated 2.8 contents, the most requested updates ever. Alright folks, my name is Gleb Alexandrov, you're watching the Creative Shrimp blog on the Creative Shrimp YouTube channel. It's very shrimpy, we drink coffee here, and we hope that that will somehow change the world of computer graphics one day. This is Blue Yeti microphone. This is our new place in Poland because we moved from Belarus to Poland. Anyway, it was a pleasure talking to you and see you soon.